Flash! Suddenly an abrasive light flooded through the corridor at Aiden, Blythe, and Valos.
Look at what we got us here, gentlemen. Intruders in my prison tower? Ha ha! What a couple of damn fools! Look at the kid. He barely fits into that guard uniform. Ha ha ha!
A voice booms from behind the blinding light that is switched off. As their eyes quickly adjust after being blinded, the boys and Valos see who it was that had caught them, and it was the warden himself, smiling a wicked smile, laughing along with the group of SCPT guards that surrounded them.
Leander,
said Valos as the warden stepped closer to them.
Sergeant Jack Valos. Now you're a sight for sore eyes, aren't you? Ha ha! You three step forward and put your Pokeballs and weapons on the ground. Slowly,
said Leander.
Shit. Well, congratulations, Big Mouth. We've been made,
said Valos to Blythe.
It's not my fault, Blythe said in retort. Do I need to repeat myself? Drop your weapons and Pokeballs now, the warden said more impatiently this time.
You might want to listen to him, boys. It's over now. At least we tried. Now let's accept our death with honor, said Valos to the boys. Heartbeat, heartbeat. Moments pass that feel like hours as Blythe and Aiden are frozen in place, surrounded by Warden Leander and the entirety of the top floor SCPT guard force. Now! Aiden yells as he propels a bundle of explosive daggers in the direction of Warden Leander and his men.
No!
Yelled Sergeant Valos.
Right!
Blythe yells as he charges his secrets of nature and dashes forward, attempting to follow up the explosion.
Go Aggron! Use Protect!
Warden Leander yells as he summons his massive Steel-type Pokemon to absorb the blast. Whoosh! Blythe then attempts an energy-charged sidekick to the Warden, but is effortlessly blocked and violently thrown back to where Aiden was, landing with a sliding crash into a prison cell door.
Blythe, are you okay?
Aiden yells to Blythe.
Shelgon, flamethrower!
Blythe says as he gets up onto his feet and summons his Shelgon.
Shelgon!
Shelgon then unleashes a burning stream of flames at the Aggron, connecting with it successfully but doing little damage to it in the exchange.
You'll have to do better than that! Let me show you how it's done! Aggron, Fire Blast!
The Warden yells to his Aggron as it unloads a heavy burst of fire at the boys that is on a direct path of destruction towards them.
Shelgon, Protect!
Blythe yells to Shelgon as it defends them and successfully blocks the Aggron's fire blast.
Enough of this! Take them into custody, men! Why the hell are you just standing there? Get them now, you cowards!
The Warden yells at his men. Suddenly, Warden Leander's Aggron stands down and is frozen in fear.
Huh? What's wrong with you, Aggron? Attack! Obey me, you useless beast!
The Warden yells to his petrified Pokemon partner. The Aggron then huddles against the floor, covering its head.
You worthless piece of shit! Return!
The Warden said as he returned his Aggron to its Pokeball. The dim light suddenly begins to flicker, and the lanterns on the walls seem to be blown out, causing immense darkness with only the faint glow of flickering light bulbs. Wind rushes.
Huh? What the hell is happening?
The Warden yells as the wind begins to rapidly whip around the corridor and the lights continue to flicker. He looks directly into Aiden's eyes from across the blinking corridor and notices that Aiden is smiling now with a confident look on his face.
Subdue them now!
Leander orders his guards to get the targets before they use the flickering darkness to escape. The guards offer no response as they stand there with blank looks on all of their wide-eyed faces, almost as if something has paralyzed them.
What are you doing, you imbeciles? Get them now!
The Warden tries to order his guards again, but this time they all slowly turn their heads all at once at the Warden in an eerie fashion.
Shelgon, return!
Blythe says as he returns Shelgon to its Pokeball, for he knew that with this strange occurrence, the battle had now shifted in their favor. The Warden now slowly moves backwards towards the wall and unsheathes his blade in fear. All of a sudden, the guards all open their mouths at once, all with the same eerie blank stares as before. As they did this, All of their tongues that were now severed fell out of each of their open mouths as streams of blood followed and pooled beneath them. They then begin making slow, creepy strides towards the warden while profusely leaking blood from their severed tongues.
God! Stay back! Stay back or I'll kill you all!
Screamed the warden. To Leander, this all felt like a very bad dream. Slice! Leander cuts through two of the guards, effectively cutting them down into pieces, killing them instantly.
Get back!
Slice! He cuts through another couple of guards, though they continue to mindlessly stride closer to the warden, closer to their own death.
Why are you doing this? What has come over you, idiots?
Yelled Leander, extremely frightened. During the scuffle, the boys and Valos managed to get over to the Colonel's cell doors and unlock them. Go, Golbat! Use Air Cutter! Aiden summoned his Golbat to slice through Colonel Pence's chains, freeing him in the process. Good job, buddy. Return! Aiden says to Golbat. Colonel! Wake up! We're busting you out of here. Valos says to Pence, who was still in a daze from the pain. Meanwhile, Leander has almost killed all but two of his guards, who were still under some kind of mesmeric spell.
What is this sorcery? What is doing this to my men? Why won't it stop?
Leander yells out. Suddenly it gets cold. Below 0 degrees kind of cold. The kind of cold that only pure darkness can create. Spite, hatred, and evil. Wind rushes. It will never stop. Your torture will never end. I won't kill you here today. Not yet. I will spare you only for the preparation of vengeance, to be exact. Run. Run away to your king and prepare yourself. You coward. A voice distorted and tainted with darkness fills the warden's ears and scratches through his brain.
Ah! Get out of my head! Who are you? Who are you?
The warden yells as he drops to his knees. Suddenly, images of every victim or prisoner wrongfully tortured or killed by Leander begin flashing through his mind and compulse over his vision. Ah! Leander drops his blade and grabs his head with both hands and screams his lungs out as the pain of guilt pierces through his heart with a throbbing, burning pain. A pain that it is far too late to extinguish, for the venoms of his wrongdoings have permanently injected themselves through the warden's veins, and even through what was left of his very soul. The wind continues to whip and slash violently as the two remaining SCPT guards that were hypnotized both were split down the middle from head to toe by an unknown figure of a ghostly man with red glowing eyes that then appeared before Warden Leander and stood over him. Leave this place now! The ghostly man yelled at Leander as he picked him up by his neck and threw him all the way down the corridor about 30 feet away. The warden then quickly picked himself up and fled in a daze. Anzu, thank you so much, my friend, Aiden said to the ghostly man, who to nobody's surprise turned out to be Anzu. Don't mention it, kid, Anzu says as he disappears into a shroud of darkness. Blythe notices the warden's high-frequency blade left on the floor of the corridor and makes his way over to it. Looks like you won't be needing this anymore, Blythe says as he picks up the pristine katana-style blade and hangs it on his back, proud of himself for acquiring his very first weapon. Now, Blythe's combat proficiency will heavily increase. Colonel, wake up, sir, please, said Valos to the still unconscious Colonel Pence. Sergeant, is that you? Pence says weakly, barely waking up. Yes, sir, we're getting you out of here. Come on, says Valos to Pence. Valos throws Pence's arm around his shoulder and the boys lead Valos and Pence through the corridor. Then, violently, the whole tower begins to shake and rumble as if it were about to come down. Let's get out of here, Blythe yells. Wait,
Not yet. This room over here on the left. My Pokeballs. I need them, said Colonel Pence, regaining consciousness finally. All right, sir. Lead the way, said Valos. The group then followed Pence into the room where they kept all of his clothes, gear, and most importantly, his Pokemon partners. Pence then geared up and strapped his Pokeballs to his belt. He was now ready to go. Looks like he didn't auction you guys off yet. Good to have you guys back, Pence said to his Pokemon. Alright, let's get the hell out of here, said Pence to the boys and Valos as they all hurried down to the lower levels of the now crumbling SCPT. They looked around at all of the carnage. All of the prison cell doors had been opened and every tortured and starved prisoner escaped, overpowering the guards, killing and eating them in the most visceral of ways. Serves them right for what they did to us, said Valos as the group continued to make their way to the bottom of the tower as quickly as possible, fighting their way through and linking up with the rest of the Shade operatives. Colonel, you're alive, said one of the operatives. Colonel, is that you, sir? Said another Shade operative. They eventually gather up all of the remaining operatives and fight their way through a massive amount of SCPT guards and other crazed prisoners who tried killing everyone in sight. Shogun, roll out, yelled Blythe. Scizor, bullet punch, yelled Colonel Pence. Sylveon, dazzling gleam, yelled Aiden. The body count began to reach the hundreds. So much blood and horror filled the SCPT. Sir, hold up a minute. This is where they kept my belongings and my Pokemon. I'm going to retrieve them now, yelled Valos. Sergeant, watch out! Yelled Pence as he noticed a prisoner hiding in the shadows of the room that Valos had just entered. Stab! Slice! Shing! Arr! No! Valos yelled out in pain as he was stabbed through the lung and blood flooded into his airways. Jack! No! Yelled Pence as he shot an arrow from his crossbow into the prisoner's eyeball, killing him instantly. Jack! Hang on, soldier! We're getting out of here together! Don't die on me now! Please! Pence yelled out as he put pressure on Valos' wound. Valos quickly pushes Pence's hand away and says, There's no time. The tower's coming down quick. It's too late for me. My mission is complete. We were able to free you, Colonel. Thanks to these kids, the Shade operatives will live to fight another day. Thank you for everything. It's been an honor fighting by your side. Now go. Keep the rest of the Shade safe. Oh, I almost forgot. Dragonhead, don't ever change the way you are. You remind me of myself when I was a lad. You got a lot of spunk, kid. Don't ever let anyone take that away from you. I know it was brief, but it was an honor fighting by your side, kid. Sergeant Valos said with his last dying breath, while smiling at Blythe, giving him a thumbs up. Blythe stares back at the dead sergeant's smiling face as a single tear falls from his eyes. Everything is still for a moment, even though the situation around everyone was so chaotic. No, Sergeant Valos, Aiden says with a look of immense sadness. Pence closes Valos' eyes respectfully and says, Save the mourning for later. If we don't get out of here, we'll all end up dead. Let's move! Aiden, Blythe, and the Shade operatives nod in agreement and book it for the doors. Pence makes sure to take one last look at Valos' corpse before he exits the crumbling building. Goodbye, my friend, Pence says to himself. As they emerge from the prison tower, it is nighttime. The moon beams down on the massive tower as it fully crumbles to the ground with a booming crash. Crash! Now what? Where do we go? The whole city's about to be rushing to the tower in about 5 minutes, Blythe yelled as everyone sprang into action. The original plan, men! Stick to the original plan! To the escape tunnels, now! Pence yelled to his operatives as they knew exactly what he meant. What plan? Blythe yelled. Blythe, just go!
Aiden yelled to Blythe as they followed the Shade operatives to the outskirts of the city, where they eventually found a convenient cave that was a secret exit to the Siren City. Go, go, go! Pence rallied everyone into the tunnels as they made their escape. Blythe! A voice from afar yelled to Blythe as he and Aiden turned, confused and puzzled. Blythe immediately recognized who it was, as it was Ephraim rushing towards them, calling Blythe's name. Ephraim? Blythe said as he was rushed into the tunnels by Pence. Get in here now! Move, move, move! Pence yelled as he pushed Blythe into the tunnels and shut the secret door, barring it shut on the other side as planned, leaving Ephraim locked out of the tunnels. Slam! Damn it! Ephraim said as he attempted to open the door but was unsuccessful. Keep going, men! We're almost out of here! We're home free! Pence yelled out to his men through the tunnels. They ran through the tunnels and eventually made it outside of the city walls as they shut the tunnel and barred this side of it too. I can't express how impressed I am with you two. If it weren't for you, my men and I would still be rotting away in that prison tower for the rest of our days. If it weren't for you, the Shade would have ceased to exist. Pence said to Aiden and Blythe. What are your names? I'm Colonel Silas Pence, former Team Rocket Elite Colonel, and current leader of the Shade operatives. Yeah, I'm defective now, but I'd rather be a dishonorable discharge than a war criminal any longer, Pence said to the boys. My name is Aiden Monarch, and this is my friend Blythe Lightsworn. We're here trying to put together a group of formidable warriors to aid us in taking the fight to King Zalis and Team Rocket. So what do you say? Do you want to join our cause? Aiden said happily. Now that's what I like to hear. A couple of young chaps like you wanting to take the fight to Team Rocket, huh? Now that's exciting. You can consider the Shade operatives a part of your faction, my new friends. After that impressive display, we are in debt to you eternally, said Pence to Aiden and Blythe. That's great! Thank you so much, Colonel. We won't let you down. That's a promise. We're still looking to expand, so if you know anyone to recruit, then we're all ears, Aiden said to Pence. Well, now that you mention it, a while ago my platoon attempted to seize the Icelands when we were stopped by this clan of natives. They weren't like normal human beings. They seemed to be able to manipulate ice and snow and make it bend to their will. Among them is a leader named Helix. If you seek him out and convince him, then no doubt the rest will follow his lead. He seems like the top dog alpha of the Ice Clan, and I'm assuming they aren't big fans of Team Rocket consistently trying to take their land from them and assume dominance. So I'm more than positive they would be happy to join our team, said Pence to Aiden. Okay, so the Icelands, huh? Said Aiden, memorizing his next goal. Yes, sir, Mr. Aiden. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to join you in that mission, considering we have a lot of restructuring to do within our team. We need to establish a place to live, a headquarters to hide, and a way to build our resources so we can contribute to the team properly. My team was able to snag a whole case of these communicators. Being around those dim-witted guards for so long, I also now know how to set them up so we can use them to communicate with each other from afar. Here, you two take one each. I'll program them for you. These communicators also serve as a sort of digital encyclopedia for Pokemon species as well. So every time you come across a new Pokemon, be sure to record the data to your communicators. Also, remember, these communicators can also serve as a map of Agoria. Refer back to the map if you ever get lost. Pence says as he hands Blythe and Aiden 2 communicators, which they then strap onto their wrists. Whoa, I feel it syncing up with my heartbeat, said Blythe. So now, gentlemen, I want to formally thank you for your services. Your mission is clear to you now. Expand the group's reach to other powerful allied factions, and check in with me every time you gain an ally. That way the Shade and I will know who to be friendly with and who to be suspicious of. I trust your judgment, Aiden Monarch. Now, let's split up and carry out our duties. Stay in touch with the communicators. Goodbye, my friends, and good luck, Pence says to the boys as he and the Shade operatives make their way quickly to find a new headquarters far, far away from Siren City. Wow, that was amazing, Blythe.
We actually did it!
Aiden said with an excited tone. Blythe? Are you okay? What's wrong? Aren't you happy we completed our mission? Aiden says, questioning Blythe's surprising silence. Yeah, I'm fine, I think. Aiden, that man we saw, who called my name before we entered the escape tunnel, that was my older brother, Ephraim. Blythe explained. Oh man, I forgot all about that. Yeah, now that you mention it, he did look a whole lot like you. Do you think he's after you? Aiden asks. Yeah, no duh, he's after me, Aiden. I'm sorry. I'm just really on edge. I know my father sent Ephraim to come get me and bring me home, but I can't leave yet. Not after everything we've been through, everything we've accomplished. I must see this through to the end, and I'm not leaving no matter what. Aiden, we're a team, and we're sticking together until we finish this. That's a promise, Blythe said proudly. Hey, that's my line, Aiden said jokingly. The boys laughed for a minute and then began to feel a cold presence. Clap, clap, clap. Bravo, kids. You did good yet again. Anzu's voice interrupted the boys laughing. Did you enjoy the after show? Said Anzu to the boys. You did that, didn't you? You destroyed the whole entire tower. You could have killed us, man. What the hell? Blythe yelled at Anzu. Calm down. I saved your skin yet again. You should be thanking me. The warden caught you red-handed and had the full-on drop on you guys. If I hadn't interfered, you would all be dead by now, Anzu said calmly. Yeah, but you could have waited until we were outside of the tower before blowing it up or whatever you did, Blythe fires back. All I did was inject my corrosive energies into the main structural integrity of the tower. Gravity did the rest, Anzu explained. But I digress. I want to congratulate you boys in your first alliance with an actual faction. The Shade Operatives will prove to be the most beneficial asset to your little team yet. You did a great job in that aspect. A sloppy job, but great nonetheless. Not only that, but Pence also gave you some info on your next mission objective. Helix Frost of Icelands. A clan that has always lived on the outskirts of society. A clan similar to what your Dragon Clan eventually turned into, Blythe. Extraordinarily powerful, but socially distant. The clan of Icelands, as the Colonel said, are able to manipulate and control the element of ice with their bare hands. This clan isn't one to make enemies with, but like everyone else, Team Rocket has made a prime enemy of them. Your cause is in the right place, but they are going to want to see how you fare in battle, so be prepared for that. Might I suggest Aiden take the lead on this one, considering dragon types are weak to ice. I'm sure you knew that already. Right? Don't answer that. Anyway, you'll find the Icelands by traveling eastbound from here. Continue until you reach the town of Dissidia, a place where every season is winter all year round. When you get there, you will find that it has been run down for quite some time. Team Rocket, of course, has ensured that the small woodland town of Dissidia remains cold and desolate. Though I'll warn you, on your way to Dissidia, there will be many obstacles that you will need to come to terms with your grief in order to face. Good luck on your new assignment, and remember, I'm with you every step of the way, Anzu said to them as he disappeared again. His voice carried over. One more thing, Blythe. Make sure your brother knows that you mean well. With every decision you make, his concern for you differs from your father's. I just thought you should know that, Anzu said as his voice dissipated for good. What the hell's that supposed to mean? Blythe says out loud. Alright, Aiden, you heard him. Let's head out right away, before my dumb brother catches up with us, Blythe said to Aiden. Sounds good, Blythe. But don't you think we should find somewhere to camp and rest before we head out? We did just liberate one of the most hated rebellion gangs of Siren City, Aiden said, reminding Blythe. Yeah, I suppose you're right. But we need to find somewhere hidden, okay? My brother is an expert tracker, and I know that he's going to find us if we stay out in the open, Blythe says to Aiden. Yeah, no sweat. Let's find a spot and eat some grub, Aiden said happily. Mime. Suddenly, Mr. Mime appeared in front of the boys again. Wah! Kill it! Kill it! Blythe yells, in fear, jumping back. Whoa, it's okay, Blythe. Look, he's got something for us. What is it, Mr. Mime? You have something for us? Aiden asks Mr. Mime. Mime. Mr. Mime replied positively and smiled at Aiden while handing him a sack of items. The outside of the sack was covered with blood and what appeared to be dirt. Aiden takes the sack from Mr. Mime and looks inside to find brand new clean clothes for both Aiden and Blythe. Mr. Mime does a whimsical jig. The creepy Pokemon was clearly overjoyed from being in Aiden's presence. Oh man, thank you so much, Mr. Mime, Aiden says as he looks up and Mr. Mime is gone. What is it, Aiden? What's in the bag already? Blythe says, trying to look inside of the bag too. It's new outfits for us. Perfect, see, Blythe? I told you Mr. Mime isn't bad. Just give him a chance, Aiden says to Blythe as they remove the outfits from the bag and put them on. Perfect fit. Alright, check it out, Blythe. Pretty cool outfit, huh? Aiden says to Blythe as he models off the outfit. Yeah, Aiden, pretty cool. I guess that creepy clown's alright. These clothes do fit perfectly. How did it know we needed new outfits? Is that thing stalking us or something? Blythe asks Aiden. I don't know, but I'm not complaining, Aiden said to Blythe as they continued on and found a nice discreet spot to camp and rest for the night before their journey would continue tomorrow. They ate a nice dinner and refueled themselves, allowing their Pokemon to stretch their legs a bit and play around the campfire. Feeling accomplished, the boys and their Pokemon had a truly spectacular night of much-needed and well-earned fun and rest, only to find what the next day's adventure had in store for them. The boys felt as if they hadn't slept in days because of everything they had just gone through. Eventually they all wind down and attempt to get some rest. Blythe's thoughts. I hope Ephraim doesn't find us out here. I don't want to have to fight my older brother. Knowing him and his loyalty to father and the clan, he won't take no for an answer. Ephraim, you better not get in my way. Blythe flashes back to Sergeant Valos' death. He then looks over at Aiden sleeping soundly, side by side with his Torchic, and sighs. He lays back and stares up into the night sky, pondering his life before he met Aiden. This is my chance to show them I'm not a failure. This is my time to shine. No one will ever look down on me again. I'll prove them all wrong, I swear it, he says to himself quietly. Sergeant Valos, thank you, he says as he closes his eyes and rolls over, attempting to fall asleep.